This is a quick demonstration of pairing the AWR300 RFID reader with an Apple device using HID or HID Smart Mode. In many ways, HID and HID Smart are very similar. Both act as a virtual keyboard with the Apple device, meaning I can scan an RFID tag with the AWR300 into most any app as long as the cursor is flashing waiting for data entry. When the AWR300 RFID reader is paired to an Apple device using HID mode, anytime the reader is on, the virtual keyboard is not available on the Apple device. When the reader is powered off, the virtual keyboard on the Apple device returns. When the AWR300 RFID reader is paired to an Apple device using HID Smart, the reader will take over the keyboard on the Apple device when the reader is actively trying to read a tag. When the reader is not actively trying to read a tag, it will return keyboard control back to the Apple device. In effect, it's turning the Bluetooth connection on and off based on when the user is reading a tag. In order to pair the AWR300 RFID reader with an Apple device, first go into Settings on the Apple device and make sure that Bluetooth is enabled and that the device is discoverable. Next, we will turn on the AWR300 reader and configure it to connect to the Apple device in HID mode. Turn the reader on by pressing the green button. Access the menu on the reader by pressing the red button. Use the down arrow key to toggle down to Setup, then select Interface Setup. Once we are in Interface Setup, again we will toggle down to Bluetooth, pressing the green button to select that option. In Bluetooth settings, the first thing we will do is set the configuration mode to Master. Pressing the green button will select the desired option. Secondly, we will set the Bluetooth profile to HID mode. Again, pressing the green button will allow us to select this option. Now that we have the device or the AWR reader set to master and we have HID mode selected as the profile, we will start a Bluetooth inquiry. My Apple device is discoverable as iPad. Once the AWR300 has identified the device, we will press the green button to select that device. If you notice, the AWR now appears on the iOS device. Next, the Apple device will ask if it's okay to pair with the AWR300. Select Pair. Notice that the Bluetooth symbol on the AWR300 has turned green. The device is now paired in HID mode. Now I can open any email application or any application for that matter that will accept data. I've taken the liberty of pre-typing an email, and notice that when I tap in the email there is no keyboard available. Again, this is because the AWR300 is paired in HID mode. However, pushing the green button and allowing the device to scan an RFID will populate my email with each RFID that's scanned. If I wish to return to typing on the iOS or Apple device, I can push and hold the down arrow key, turning the device off. Note that the virtual keyboard has returned and I can once again type in the email. Once the Apple device and the AWR300 are paired, powering the reader up and waiting just a moment should allow the two devices to reestablish a connection. Once the connection is established, again, notice the keyboard on the Apple device is gone, but scanning a tag will enter the value directly into any app that will collect data. And once more, turning the reader off by holding the down arrow button for several seconds will return the Apple keyboard on your Apple device. Now let's take a look at using the AWR300 RFID reader in HID Smart mode. Pairing the RFID reader with an Apple device is exactly the same as in HID mode. In fact, the device is already paired, so we can skip that step and just change the configuration. When I take my AWR300 that's already paired with an Apple device and turn it on, because it's set in master mode, it will automatically connect to the Apple device, as indicated by the Bluetooth symbol that is turned green. Now, let's take a look at HID Smart. Again, red button to enter settings. Toggle down with the down arrow to setup and press the green button. Once more, we're going to select Interface Setup. We'll select Bluetooth, and this time the only thing we need to change is the Bluetooth profile. And we will toggle this to HID Smart, pressing the green button to accept that setting. We will exit the menu with the blue button. Now, notice that the connection to the AWR300 with the Apple device is no longer active. The device is not reading. By turning the device on to read a tag, the device is connected. Pressing the blue cancel button to stop a read disables reading, and the Apple device now has access to the virtual keyboard. Notice that in HID Smart, when the reader is turned on to read a tag, it will connect to the Apple device. When I cancel a read, it will release the Bluetooth connection, allowing the user to utilize the Bluetooth keyboard. Let's take a look at how this behavior works in an email on an Apple device. So again, I will open an email that I had previously typed. We notice that the virtual keyboard on the Apple device appears. I press the green read button. The AWR300 reader connects to the Apple device in HID Smart. I can now read an ear tag, and once the tag is read into the email, HID Smart disconnects the Bluetooth and releases the keyboard on the Apple device. To read another tag, press the read button. The keyboard on the Apple device goes away. And again, I will read another ear tag. And the keyboard returns after the tag is read. One more time. Press the read button. Read a tag. The device is still on, but in essence, the read button on the AWR300 is managing the Bluetooth connection to the Apple device. As you can see, HID and HID Smart with the AllFlex AWR300 reader and an Apple device allow options for users to scan RFID tags directly into Apple applications just as though there were a keyboard. The main difference being with HID, as long as the reader is powered on, the virtual keyboard on the Apple device is not available. With HID Smart, The actual reading of the device controls the Bluetooth connection activity, allowing the user to scan an RFID tag, disconnect the Bluetooth connection, and make the virtual keyboard available. Thank you very much.